is Jessica Graham, and today we will be going over some developmental, gross, and fine motor skills in infancy and toddlerhood. Gross motor development refers to the physical skills that use large body movements, and fine motor skills involve movement of the smaller muscle groups in your children's hands and fingers and wrists and involve more precise movements than gross motor movements. So today we're going over that. On the fresh out of the oven slide, it will tell you about the average head circumference at birth. Some specific chart measurements are available for perusing. From birth to around 2 months, babies are pre-reaching, and this is because in those first 2 months, babies lack the acuity and focus needed to grab an object they see. Growth charts are a way for healthcare workers to make sure they are growing correctly. On the slide that says 0 to 3 months, this is their fine motor movement. By about 3 months, their vision improves, which improves the accuracy that they need to grab objects. It makes it much easier for them to hold on to your hand or a finger. Remember that these milestones mentioned are for reference range. There's no hard and fast cutoff, but if your baby does not achieve a milestone by the end of that target month, as mentioned above and in the next few slides, you may just want to consult with a pediatrician or a doctor if you're feeling concerned about it. The next few slides are an overview of some of those key skills developed in these age ranges. Let's move on. In the 4 to 8 month slide, we have fine and gross motor movements, just a few things that they may start to do or may be doing very, very soon. As I said, if they're not doing this yet and you're concerned about it, just consult with your pediatrician. But there's no pressure. By the time your baby is about 4 months old, he or she has already developed their own personality. They know when you call their name. They can be soothed by the sound of your voice. They react to your voice, so they will look towards you when they hear you. Over the next few months, you'll see your baby becoming more curious of their surroundings and maybe starting to play and communicate with other babies and toddlers. By about 6 months, their weight has doubled from birth, averaging a gain of ½ an ounce to an ounce a day. Growth may begin to slow around this time for infants and become more gradual. In the 9 to 12 months slide, this is also fine and gross movement. By the end of the first year, your baby should be able to reach, grab, put objects in their mouth, hold their bottle, and drop and pick up objects. They start to bite and chew on toys as well, so you just need to be sure that the toys that they're grabbing and biting are not tiny things that they can choke on. You may have to help them with their sitting. They like to fall over, so make sure there's something soft and comfy underneath of them in case they fall over. We don't want them to hit their head. They start to hold their own bottle and wave hello or goodbye, which is adorable. And they may take a couple steps without support. Have a video camera ready. 1 to 2 years fine and gross movement. They tend to gain about 3 to 5 pounds and grow 3 to 5 inches between the ages of 1 and 2. This rapid growth tends to slow down between ages 2 and 5. During this time, your child will develop increased strength and coordination. They'll start to walk independently. They will start to walk up and down stairs. You might want to just hold their hand. They can start feeding themselves with a spoon and holding their own cup. And of course, there's going to be spilling, so let's have some paper towels ready for that. They're going to start to throw and pick up balls and use a paintbrush, using their entire arm to move the paintbrush. It's quite messy, but really enjoyable. In the 3 to 4 years gross and fine time, your child may start to copy things that they see on paper, like drawing a circle or imitating a cross or a heart or a star. You may not be able to make this out, but it's becoming more clear as to what they're drawing. They'll start using they'll start changing on whether or not they're using their left hand or the right hand, and maybe start picking which one they're going to be more dominant on. They start rolling balls and changing directions while walking as well, and they will be climbing up and down on your furniture. That's a fun experience. The dynamic systems theory of motor development was first discovered in the early 1900s by Nikolai Bernstein, a Russian scientist, who looked at the nervous system in a whole new way. He was not only asked questions about the organism, but about the organism in a continuously changing environment. The dynamic systems theory is a theory of motor development that is especially useful in the understanding of how movement develops and changes, and can provide insight into your child's readiness to acquire new motor skills. Child development theories focus on explaining how children change and grow over the course of childhood. Such theories center on various aspects of development, including social, emotional, and cognitive growth. And according to DST, development is a non-linear process, meaning it does not go in one straight line. This suggests that movement is not developed in a continuous manner at a steady rate. Rather, a small but critical change in one subsystem can cause the whole system to shift, resulting in new motor behavior. This is especially helpful in children that have been diagnosed with cerebral palsy. DST can be used as a framework to guide intervention with many children who have motor challenges. So this is the end, and I appreciate you guys being with me. Thank you for joining.